hair.
I shaved off all my facial hair.
So now,
That I had facial hair. Don't I look a little bit more like a 19-year-old now? And don't you also notice how little my mouth moves when I talk? It's so much more noticeable when there's no facial hair. But don't get me wrong, I have very low facial hair growing abilities. I've heard both that when I'm clean shaven I look older and I look younger. I think I look younger when I'm clean shaven. None of this matters. Tonight I rewatched Rocky again on Netflix, seeing as Creed was out and everything, and I was curious to rewatch it. It'll be a quick review because I didn't even write anything on my notepad. It's way the hell over there. I don't want to get to my McDonald's.
Doing a movie review of Rocky.
Rocky was made all the way back in 1976. So, quick history lesson. Rocky won 3 Oscars in 1977. It won for Best Picture, Over All the President's Men, and Network, 2 fantastic films. It won Best Director, John G. Avildsen, I think that's how you pronounce it, and Best Film Editing. It also got nominated for Best Lead Actor, Sylvester Stallone, Best Supporting Actor, Burt Young, Best Supporting Actor, Burgess Meredith, Best Supporting Actress, Talia Shire, Best Sound Editing, and Best Original Song for the song. I did all of that off the top of my head, not to brag or anything, but... So, I've seen this movie a couple times before. I've seen it 2 or 3 times. But the last time I watched it was, 2 or 3 years ago. So I was still 17 or 16 and still had a stupid young brain. And now my brain is young, but a little bit less stupid. Just a little bit. So I wanted to rewatch it again, seeing as Creed made me think so much about the original. I wasn't going to do a review tonight. I was going to take a night off to kind of just take it easy. As you can tell, I kind of have a little bit of a cold. And I'm just trying to take it easy, but I can't resist. My 17 subscribers need me. And the first thing that struck me is that the first act of this movie is so good. All the best parts of Rocky are the things that have nothing to do with boxing. And I feel like I knew that intellectually before, but then watching it again, it really just affirmed to me that it's really well done 1970s drama, not about the boxing. All the stuff to do with the boxing is good and all, but I find that the movie, when it concentrates more on the boxing and when it's more about the boxing, that's when it's a little bit dated. That's when it doesn't hold up as much. And I'm not just talking about the fight choreography, because that's an easy thing to say. It's easy to say, at the end of the movie, the final fight between Apollo and Rocky, if it was done in today's technology, it would be done much better, technically, yes. Of course I have issues with the technicality of the final fight between Rocky and Apollo, but I still don't really have that many issues with it, because there's so much weight to it.
Hey there, this is Jake, editing from the future. I left this shot in because look how freaking scared I look.
But what I mean to say is that the parts of the movie that don't hold up, and the parts of the movie that aren't the classic parts, are the parts that are just the uninteresting stuff about the boxing. So if you were to say that Rocky is a boxing movie, you're wrong, because all the great things about it, all the things that make it a classic, are the things that have nothing to do with the boxing. I find the first half of this movie to be extraordinary, so good, but I found the second half to be kind of average. Let's talk about the character of Rocky. Rocky is just such a kick-ass character. He's so cool. I love that he's kind of street, but he's also this huge dork. And he's just so freaking lovable. I don't know, I would have to really think about it if I were to compose a list of the most lovable on-screen protagonists, but Rocky would be on that list, because I just love the dude. And recently seeing Creed, it was interesting to see the progression from 39 years ago Rocky to present day Rocky. He's still the same dude, but he's completely different also. Without having to watch the other 5 movies, it's already seamless. Respect to Sylvester Stallone for that. But yeah, there's so many great iconic scenes in the first half, like the ice rink scene with him and Adrian, the scene with him and Adrian in his apartment, the meat thing, and all of these scenes are wonderfully, wonderfully, wonderfully subtle, nuanced, motivated. an overall just interesting drama. They're great scenes. Yeah, the characters are lovable as shit, but it's the scenes and the scene structure and the scene building that really impressed me this go around of Rocky. Another thing that I noticed is, as an impressionable youth, I always thought that Apollo Creed was like a huge dick, but he's not. Like this time I was like, Apollo Creed's a pretty good guy. He's just a really patriotic dude. Overall, it's a really good movie, and it holds up in most ways. Everyone in the world has seen it, so you agree with me, I'm sure. Rocky gets an 8 out of 10. Basic summary, my face is clean shaven. I watched Rocky. I liked it. I tried to make it a short video. It turned into a decently long video. Oops. And my McDonald's is probably a little bit cold by now. Let's test it out. Just a little bit cold. This is where I begin to fall down the rabbit hole of doing like reviews of fast food and coming here and being like, today I have the Wendy's Portobello mushroom bacon melt and I'm going to review it for you. The taste and the... Anyway, like, subscribe, all that jazz. Cool stuff.